This is Kevin Harlan, and joining me, former NBA players Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And the award-winning David Aldridge is on our sideline. And now the opening lineup for Boston. The post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And it's Brown in at the 3. And for Portland, we've got Avdija. Also, Anthony Simons out there. Klingon is out there with Jeremy Grant. And it's Kamare in at the 4. And Greg, what stands out for both of these rosters is that they both feature top-tier athleticism.
And Kevin, that bodes well for us, right? There's a lot of speed, some great athleticism. I'm sure we're going to get some highlight reel plays tonight.
Now, here's Simons. Here's Klingon. And it's Klingon with the jam.
I love how hard Klingon works that offensive glass, using his size in that situation.
White with it. Back to Holiday. And here's Tatum for 3. And Klingon pulls it down. And here are the Trailblazers. Last meeting was in Boston. Oh, my goodness, the slam!
Oh, Jeremy Grant. Post that up on social media.
Nice job capturing the moments on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Pass to White. About a minute played so far here in the first. And White with the stuff.
Just so fast. I mean, it's like trying to stop a train when he's coming in for the slam.
And the slam dunk by Simons.
And that's some serious liftoff from Simons. Wow.
And so Holiday will bring it up for Boston. 4-point game. We'll put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
Yeah, those road games are tricky, but they had a good strategy going in and stuck to what they do best.
Yeah, despite the challenges of being away from home, they were able to execute cleanly and look really fresh out there.
Now, here's Brown. Right now, he averages nearly 23 points a game, a relentless offensive force. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
Oops. Got caught in between moves there on his way to the rack.
Portland had, Greg, one of the great guard combinations in Clyde Drexler and Terry Porter.
Yeah, that was one heck of a backcourt. And they really complemented each other so well. Drexler with his explosive scoring ability and Porter who could just do a little bit of everything. And with every swat, Klingon is earning a reputation as a shot blocker.
Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Brown the pass to White. 6 on the shot clock. Brown against Grant. Porzingis. Klingon with the steal. Here's Simons. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Simons has got his second basket.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Earlier, I spoke with Chauncey Billups. Coach said they want to force Jason Tatum to uncomfortable spots on the floor. Now, they recognize those spots are few and far between, but Coach wants to keep Tatum out of the paint specifically. If his team can do that and force Tatum to shoot more from outside, we feel relatively good about the chances. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Trailblazers.
So far, they haven't had to force anything. They're swinging the ball around and turning good passing into points.
And something else that I liked is how they attack the paint, finding ways to get inside and capitalize time and time again.
And it's a luxury to have a great shooter like him at the line. Very rarely see a miss.
Here's Porzingis. And Klingon pulls it down. Trailblazers leading by 8. Now the pass to Avdija. buries it down low.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for Boston. Boy, Greg, it seems like the big men have returned. And Donovan Clingan is one of them.
Yes, he is 7'2" with a wingspan to match. The capability to dominate the paint, and his impact is felt at both ends of the court.
And the slam dunk by Simons.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
Yeah, they haven't appeared in a rush at all. They are just playing to their strengths and building this lead out well.
And now the first timeout called here for Boston. Hey, Greg, what about Jeremy Grant? He's had about every role you can imagine on any team he's played on.
And Kevin, he started out as a second-round pick, hoping to just make a team. He's been a bench spark plug, a starter, even a #1 option in Detroit for a couple of years. Grant's done it all.
Here's Hauser. A 14-point game for him in the win against the Utah Jazz. Here's Pritchard. Henderson defending. Lock at 6. Brown the pass to Pritchard. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Horford from outside. Boston again missing. The Blazers on offense. They're on a 16-4 run right now. And that one is stuffed right through.
Excellent all-around performance so far. Hence the big lead.
They got off to such a hot start, and that can keep you energized throughout the whole game.
Here's Pritchard after the Trailblazers pick up 2. And it's Portland with the rebound, fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
Yeah, and that one, their intensity on the offensive end was not matched by their opponent. That led to some easy buckets.
And on top of probably having the better talent, they never let up. Great effort, great win.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Down low, here's Weibel, and down it goes. Dunk through off a wonderful assist.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Couldn't come up with a much better start than this. They just have to keep it going.
Up top, Brown, defended by Sharp. 3-pointer, and there's Brown. That's good on the assist by Horford. Brown's got 5.
He can do a lot with the ball, but Brown is just as good playing off the ball. He's always ready to catch and fire.
Offensive rebound, Henderson, and it's blocked. That's tipped. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Brown now a lead scorer in this league, really does it all.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
Jaylen Brown.
He misses the free throw. Good on the second free throw.
You got to respect the mind Brown has for the game. Both ends of the floor, he is so good at spotting the opening and taking advantage.
Now here's Williams. He has yet to score over Horford. Williams' shot is off.
Normally he drains that.
To the middle. And Brown throws it down.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Sharp, that's good.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
And so it's Portland going into the break with a 10-point lead. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. We'll return shortly. you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance here, boys, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
In this league, it is so hard scoring in the half court, so you have to run every time you get the opportunity.
We've got Anthony Simons. He's out there with Avdia. Jeremy Grant is out there with Rob Williams. And it's Kamare in at the power forward position. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
Hey, when you trust your shot like he does, it doesn't matter how much size you're giving up. He feels the mid-range in his territory.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, Anthony Simons came into the NBA at age 19, and he's paid his dues, working his way up from the end of the bench to a starring role. Coach Chauncey Billups says he just believes he's one of the best players in the NBA. And confidence is a big thing. Well, Kevin, he certainly earned it. Back to you.
I would totally agree with you, D.A. Thank you so much. Trailblazers leading by 10. Richard, so many things about Drew Holiday's game we love, but what impresses you most about his game?
Well, I know it's an easy answer, but it's his defense. It's hard to be a feared defender in the modern NBA, Kevin. But Holiday is such a pest at all times on that end of the floor. And he's very confident from that range, but you can't make him all.
Into the lane. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. Well, Richard, we've had the Big Three era, then the Super Team era. But what era do you think we're in right now?
Well, you still need at least one superstar to win it all. The teams are focusing more on surrounding their stars with high-quality role players instead of going all in on super teams.
He doesn't get the second one. Richard, the Celtics have been among the NBA's elites for quite a while now.
Well, they've been a title contender every year for almost a decade now. Even with several coaching changes over that time, they've been the model of consistency. Heads up play by Holiday. He saw the opening and helped exploit it.
That's a two from Simons. And the slam dunk by Simons.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, G.A. He really does put pressure on him.
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
Here's Holiday out to Porzingis. Here's the three. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Porzingis has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And Simons has got the ball here for the Portland Trailblazers. They've led by his... Oh!
And how about the explosiveness of Simons? Man, can he get up and finish with power?
Here's White. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game. Passes it to Porzingis. Outside, White. Kicks it to Tatum. 6 to shoot. Shoots from 14. 2 points. That one goes.
The defense must be aware of where Tatum is, especially when he's roaming around that mid-range.
Holiday against Simon. Outside, Avdia. Unloads. Craig pulls it in.
I think the defense will live with him taking mid-range jumpers, but maybe just a little bit more resistance.
Well, Tatum has so many tricks and so many ways he can try and beat.
Simons surveying the D. Grant against Tatum. Williams, that's a two-pointer. Rebound, Boston.
Well, the defense didn't have any impact on that shot, but somehow he still misses it.
The shot by Holiday, no good.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
Yeah, and the risk now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
Here's Simons. Good D by Holiday. Celtics trail by 4. White drives in, and White with the stuff.
Knowing it's his responsibility to find open teammates. Holiday, nice job setting the table there.
And the first time out of the game called here for the Trailblazers. It didn't take long for the Blazers to find Damian Lillard's heir apparent, did it, Greg?
Yeah, they drafted Scoot Henderson with the 3rd overall pick in 2023. Took him a little time to get his sea legs, but his talent is undeniable.
So Boston ends up going with a new group. And it's Sharp missing. The Celtics on offense. They're on a 14-6 run. Here's Cornette. Uses both hands to slam it down.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Brown trying to free himself up. And Cornette gets it to go. Cornette's got the lead up to 2 now for the Celtics. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Celtics.
When you pile up the blocks earlier in games, it really can affect the other team. They lose confidence offensively.
And something else they've done well tonight is finding points in transition. So far, the fast break has been a plus for them.
Got a piece of it. And stolen by Sharp. Pass to Henderson. It's hauled in by Brown. Boston's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Here's Horford. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
This guy plays tough and close. Horford, this man's a beast.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Al Horford. At the line for 2.
And he makes the first. GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. And RJ, the combination of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown winning a title together. That's something else.
There was some small talk going around about breaking them up. Good thing for the Celtic front office, they kept them both. In their first 7 seasons as a duo, they have 5 trips to the conference finals. That is a ridiculous run.
Portland trailing here. Here's Sharp. 23 points for him the last game against Denver. And it's blocked. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession.
Remains Portland ball.
There's 10 seconds left to play in the first half. Pritchard passes to Brown. The second effort, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Celtics lead by 1. From Portland, we're back in a moment.
Fans, your Trailblazers youth dance team.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. It was a big-time first quarter for Jaylen Brown. He had 10 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 steal. Kenny, what's your take on Boston so far?
The road can be unfriendly, and they've clearly risen to the challenge. They're shrugging off the chants from the fans. All of that's no. They're playing their focus, and they're getting to work. They're playing with a lot of confidence.
Shaq, how do you think Portland played?
They ran their offense very well in the first half. There were almost no forced shots. It was good, smart basketball. The motion in their offense was terrific. They made those defenders work very hard. I like what I saw from them for the most part.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. One of the stories here, and Fernie Simons getting it done today.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Starting off the second half, here's Joe Mazzulla's 5. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And in the front court, Brown and Tatum. And it's Cornette in at the 5, roaming the paint.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside. And you watch Jason Tatum, year to year, he is a model of consistency across the board. The numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
Three-pointer, Simon. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
And you got to get out on that if you're the defense. Simon's too big a threat from deep.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Celtics can beat you in a number of ways. Point guard Jrue Holiday said we can play small and big. We have great bench players who come in and change the game at any time and can start on other teams. And we have a hunger. Kevin, they're going to be a problem for a long time.
Agreed. Yeah, they are stacked, DA, for sure. White the pass to Holiday. Some nice ball movement here by the Celtics. Brown with the bucket.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
Trailblazers trail by 5. Simons the pass to Avdia. And it's Simons that time on the assist by Avdia. Avdia's got 4 assists in the game. Now a timeout called by Boston. Greg, what a great time to be a fan of basketball. Not just in the NBA, but all over the world.
Absolutely, Kevin. The sport just continues to grow. And there's increased value being placed on all-around skill, even in youth basketball. And I think that bodes well for the future of the game.
Robert Williams is checked in for Portland. Porzingis is checked in for the Celtics. Tatum passes to Brown. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Avdia's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Porzingis with the block.
You see why Porzingis is one of the best shot blockers in the league. All the length.
White against Avdia. Back to Grant. Pass to Kamare. 5 on the clock. 3-pointer, Simon. Good for his 8th field goal. He's attempted a dozen shots.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Brown against Grant. Tatum wide open. He fires one. That 3 off the mark. Portland leading. Here's Simon. And the slam dunk by Simon.
And this is what Simons does best. Once he catches fire, this guy is a tough one to put out.
Boston with the ball. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. And that will be game 3 of 6 played away from home. Outside Holiday.
Trailblazers foul. Anthony Simons. Second personal foul.
Boston shooting their 5th and 6 free throws of the game.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
That free throw good from Holiday.
Talk about a guy who gives you everything. Jrue Holiday is a coach's dream.
He hits both from the stripe. And now we're 3 minutes into the 3rd quarter of play. Simons, the pass to Williams. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
Showing that aggressive nature. Williams competes hard, doesn't back down, and he'll let his opponent know he's not afraid of the contact.
Out of bounds, Portland takes possession.
And now look at Jason Tatum. This last month, he's been positively spectacular. 4th in scoring, 9th in assists, and tremendous confidence and consistency at the foul line. He ranks among the top 15 in free throw percentage.
And as you said, one of the NBA's most potent scorers, always up to the challenge. His top 5 ranking has him right there with the elite. Catching up on the changes for Portland. Sharps checked in for Jeremy Grant, and Henderson subbed in for Avdija. Celtics also with a sub. Hauser's checked in. From downtown, Portland grabs the miss. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. And the basket by Kamare.
Just an excellent feel for the game. Scoot Henderson understands how offense is played.
And so it's Holiday with it. He'll bring it up for Boston. Trailing by 5. Up top, Porzingis. Shoots from the elbow. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
Assist goes to
Holiday's got 6 assists now in the game. Over the last few seasons, we've seen the resurgence of Porzingis. And Richard, it has been fun to watch.
Kevin, he's been effective on both sides of the ball. He's always been a good player, but his recent fit has really improved his play.
And no one has allowed fewer points since the All-Star break than these teams you see before you now. Number 1, the Celtics.
And they've shown no slippage defensively. If anything, they've become more stifling since the break. I mean, they're playing inspired, passionate basketball at that end of the floor.
Now a timeout called by Portland. Matisse Thybulle checked in for Anthony Simons. And a change for the Celtics. Al Horford is checked in for Torrey Craig. The pass to Sharp. Over Holiday. Good D by Holiday.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And that one drops. Now just a 1-point Portland lead.
Nice move by Holiday. Highly effective as a ball handler.
Thybulle on the wing. 1:09 left in the third quarter. Passes to Sharp. The 3. Rebound Boston. Hauser's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And Holiday has it in the corner. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Inside, here's Kamare.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. To the wing right side. Pritchard passes to Porzingis. Holiday surveying the floor. Shot clock at 5. Over Sharp. That one a little long.
And another miss. Woo. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as it can have, you're right. Celtics trail by 3.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Yeah, it's all about clock management with these situations. Let's see how it plays out.
In the corner, Henderson with it. It could go.
And now they are firing on all cylinders. That shot puts 3 more onto their lead as we head to the 4th.
What a performance from Anthony Simons. He has been the story for Portland. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. Right back after this break. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
He does do a great job steering the ship for them out there and keeping the offense clicking.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. They've got Klingon. Scoot Henderson is out there with Avdia. Then it's Shaedon Sharpe, and it's Grant in at the 4 spot. That's the group on the floor for Portland. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play going to the line for 1.
That's a good example of Henderson's strength and determination.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Trailblazers.
Oh, they've been punishing the inside defense consistently in this one. Look, it's been a very productive area of the floor for them.
And another stat that they've excelled at is points off assists. They're moving the ball around and creating great looks for one another.
You see the confidence building in Brown offensively. First, it was taking over stretches. Now, it's taking over games.
Here's Henderson, and Henderson throws it down hard.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. And they're bringing you up close and personal on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Grant with the ball, and Holiday picks him up defensively. Henderson passes to Grant, and the dunk by Grant.
And look at the hops on Grant, lifting off for a slam before the D can contain him.
Pass to Tatum. Outside, Porzingis on the wing drive. This ball movement by Boston. White, wide open, he fires. Off target with his 3. Trailblazers leading by 10. Feeds it to Avdia. Good, and Grant gets the assist. Grant's got his 3rd assist on the night.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Grant against Tatum. That one doesn't drop. Avdia with the defensive effort. Henderson kicks to Grant. Over Brown. No good from Grant. Celtics trail by 12. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Holiday.
What is going on right now?
Here's Henderson. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the 4th. And Sharpe has it in the corner. No good on the triple.
And they're up right now, but it hasn't been because of him. He's really struggled on offense.
Pass to Brown. To the paint, Porzingis, and Grant sends it back. Here's Henderson. Rebounded by Tatum. Tatum's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Holiday, the pass to Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
Forget those long jumpers, Kristaps. Use that size. Rock the rim.
Sharpe on the wing. Back to Avdia. And Sharpe has it in the corner. Outside, Avdia. Nailed from 3-point land. Avdia's got 5 points in the quarter.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Tatum deciding where to go with it. 4th quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by.
That's just a bucket play. Look, you expect him to make. It's tough when you miss those.
And then Sharpe with the dunk.
We've heard the stories about Sharpe and how impressive his vertical is. Now we see it on full display.
Avdia against White. The pass to Tatum.
2 minutes.
Emphatic finish by Tatum.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Well, great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
Klingon's shot is off. And so Brown will bring it up for the Celtics. Here's Tatum. And slam dunk by Tatum.
Tatum just has too much bounce right there. Better be careful. You're trying to stop that.
Avdia against Brown. Avdia, the pass to Sharp. Grant outside. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
And I love Grant's mindset. Readies himself to shoot as soon as he touches the ball.
Tatum dishes to Holiday. 1:09 left to play here in the fourth.
Gotta find easier shots when you're already struggling. That's not gonna get it.
And these are the types of games.
Whoa, look out! Look out!
Okay, I see you. Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
Holiday, the pass to Brown. Takes a three. Avdia with the rebound. They are in complete control.
This is the ultimate definition of the zone. Everything they've done has worked.
Sharp. Oh, good with the triple.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
Did a great job closing the gap, making the shooter feel uncomfortable.
Greg, their unselfish play has really been impressive.
They're trusting one another out there, wanting to get each other involved. This is great basketball.
Here's White. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist.
Intelligent play by Tatum, moving the ball to get an open shot.
Right side, Avdia. Back to Henderson. Launches it. Off on that one. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. I think they built off that edge of being here and playing with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. So for our reporter, David Aldridge, and our analysts, Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. We thank you for watching tonight's game. See you next time.